Measuring Rate of Reaction, Reactants by KayScience.com. The rate of reaction of when calcium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to form calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide can be measured by measuring the change in mass of the reactants during the chemical reaction. The balance symbol equation is CaCO3 plus 2HCl reacts to form CaCl2, H2O, and CO2. To begin with, the initial mass is 100 grams. In this video, we're going to understand how and why the final mass changes and how we can use this to understand the rate of reaction between these two reactants. This is a top pan balance, or you can just call it a balance, and it's used to measure the mass. A conical flask is placed on top. The calcium carbonate is then placed inside, which are also known as marble chips. Hydrochloric acid is then placed inside the conical flask. Wool is then placed in the neck of the conical flask to stop any of the acid spraying during the chemical reaction. The top pan balance is used to measure the mass of the reactants. The conical flask contains the reactants. These are the marble chips. They are made of CaCO3 and they're a solid. They're immersed under the HCl, which is aqueous. As the calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid react, bubbles are produced. Bubbles always means a gas is being produced. And in this case, we can see from the chemical equation that it is carbon dioxide, and the fact it has this G next to it means it is a gas. The carbon dioxide gas rises and escapes through the wall. The job of the wall is to act as a bung to stop acid spray, to protect your eyes and skin. So the carbon dioxide gas escapes through the wall, leaving behind calcium chloride and water in the conical flask. Less products compared to how many reactants were started with. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. The initial mass of the reactants was 100 grams due to the calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid, and this was measured using a top pan balance. Now, when we look at the reactants, we can see the final mass will consist of calcium chloride and water. The carbon dioxide, on the other hand, has escaped, so this will not be included in the final mass. Therefore, the final mass has decreased to 80 grams. To calculate the rate of reaction, a timer is used, where regular intervals of how the mass changes with time are recorded. Not only is wool used as a bung to stop acid spray, but it is important to also wear eye protection to protect your eyes. Once you've recorded at regular intervals how the mass has changed with time, you can plot your data in a graph, where time in seconds is on the x-axis and mass of reactants in grams is on the y-axis. The graph shows how the mass decreases the quickest at the beginning. The rate at which it decreases begins to slow down, and eventually the mass stops decreasing and remains the same as time continues. Where the slope is the steepest, this is always the fastest rate. As the slope becomes less steep, this means the rate of reaction slows down. and where the slope is horizontal or flat, this means the reaction has stopped, as the mass of the reactants are no longer changing. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Pause the video here to practice the keywords. The answers will follow. Press pause to answer the questions. The answers will follow. If stuck, just rewatch the video. Press pause to go through your answers and make any corrections to your mistakes. And don't forget to visit KayScience.com for more videos, worksheets, and quizzes at KayScience.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe.